So when the Spanish arrived in Mexico, the Aztecs had already created their own language and their own civilization, and so they had words for things that the Spanish had never seen before, and they used those words and kind of adopted them into Spanish. And as we started using those words as well, we just continued to use the words that the Aztecs used originally. And so these are words that we use in English and in Spanish all the time that we got from the Aztecs. Chocolate or chocolate. Coyote, coyote. Tomato, or in Espanol, tomate. Chile, for different chili peppers, or chili as in like what we eat sometimes for different Super Bowl parties or just for dinner. Avocado in Spanish is actually aguacate, but avocado. Guacamole, which is made out of avocados. Mesquite, which is actually a kind of wood that was native to Mexico and grows in the Southwest as well. A lot of times people will use mesquite wood when they're cooking or doing barbecues because it gives the meat a special flavor. And of course, Mesquite is the name of the town that's just over the border in Nevada that a lot of Utahns like to go to get out of the cold and maybe do a little gambling or golfing. Chia, it's a kind of seed that is used in different cooking. But when I was growing up, you could actually buy something called a chia pet, and you would spread the seeds on there and water it, and it would grow fur. And it had this really obnoxious ad that went something like this, chia. So that's an Aztec word as well. Shack was a word that didn't exist until the Spanish came in contact with the Aztecs. Chipotle, which is a kind of chili pepper that has a kind of a smoky flavor to it. It also is the name of the restaurant that a lot of us go to get some fake Mexican food. Chicle is the Spanish word for gum. It comes from the Aztec word chicle, and it also is the name of a kind of gum, the chiclets, that are kind of this square shaped and different colors and different flavors. Axolotl. This is an interesting creature that was native to Mexico. It's actually being used in the new Minecraft. It's a new mob that you can get if you want. It has special powers and abilities. So axolotl is how we would say it in English, but it's axolotl. If you say it in Nahuatl, which is the Nahuatl, it's the Aztec language. Ocelot, this is related to jaguars and other large felines. It's smaller though, but it looks a little bit like a jaguar or a leopard, and it's found in Mexico and Central America. Now, guajolote is how the Aztecs would say this, turkey. A lot of Spanish speakers use the word pavo. So, but if you talk to a Mexican, a lot of times they will call turkey guajolote because that's the Aztec word, that's what they're familiar with. So it can be a little confusing for other Spanish speakers that come from different countries. When you hear somebody say guajolote, they don't understand what that means. It means pavo or turkey. Or sometimes Mexicans will use the word cacahuate for peanut. But most other Spanish speakers will say maní. So again, this is an example of how different words are used in different countries, depending on where they're from. But most Mexicans will use cacahuate because it's an Aztec word, and that's the word that comes from their country. Or they'll say guajolote because that's an Aztec word that comes from Mexico. Though other Spanish speakers will say pavo for turkey or maní for peanut.